Hello everyone. I want to thank you all for joining me today. I'm Marieanne, the Artsie Crafter. Welcome to my channel. I'm finally back from my overseas holiday, as you can see, and I'm pleased to report that we had a wonderful but exhausting time globe-trotting around the Northern Hemisphere. And I've got my journals. I haven't started it yet. I've got my journals ready to fill it up with all my adventures. And I've got my little journal that I actually took on the trip with us. As you can see, it took up hardly any room in my luggage. So I've got to transfer all this and all my little bits and pieces, tickets and postcards and all that kind of thing into this journal. So that would be my off time projects that I will do when I get round to it. So I'll put that aside. Um, so it would, instead of me telling you about my adventures, it would just take too long. So I thought it would be a lot faster if I just show you a quick 2.5-minute slideshow of some of the places we visited. So I'll do that now before I finish my introduction piece, and then after that we'll get on with today's project. Of course, if you don't want to watch the video, I suggest you fast forward through the next 2.5 minutes to where I finish my introduction, and then we'll get on today's project. So for now, sit back and enjoy the slideshow. I hope you enjoyed the the slideshow and the royalty-free music. I've yet to find out how you can put some decent music on, where to source that. But anyway, for now, before we get on to today's project, which I have in front of me here, which is a little booklet, there's just two little items that I want to share with you quickly. Because I'm feeling a bit rusty after being away for so long, I decided to do a couple of quick and simple tutorials to help me get settled back into my crafting routine. I'm sure you can understand that. So if I find I like doing the little short videos, then I was thinking of making a playlist where I can make some more short videos, um, where I can show you some of the dozens of ideas and techniques I've been wanting to try out, and I thought you might be interested in watching to see if any of them work out. Of course, they probably won't all work out, but they're just little projects that I can, do experiments on, with techniques and all that kind of thing. So if you could let me know in the comment section below if that's something you'd be interested in watching, I'd be very grateful. It would help me out a lot. Um, so now the last item I want to talk about is unfortunately a sad one. Well, it's sad for my husband and I, so it's also the main reason why it's taken me so long to get back into my craft room and making these videos. As I already told you, we had a great holiday, but unfortunately our homecoming wasn't so pleasant. The very first message we received after we landed back in Australia was in regards to my husband's eldest brother, who lives in a nursing home near us. He's 22 years older than my husband, and he's been more like a father figure than a brother to both of us, that is. We found out from the nursing home that he'd been in hospital for 2 weeks when his health suddenly declined, and now he's back in the nursing home, but he's in hospice care and not expected to live for much longer. So you can imagine what a shock that was to us, just landing and not even catching our breath or getting over the travel, our travel. What do you call it? What do you get after you've been on a long flight? Whatever that is. Anyway, it didn't help matters the fact that we still had a 5-hour trip ahead of us to reach my parents' place, because we had to catch a train to their place, and it was about 5 hours, and we had 3 trains to catch. So, and then we had to pick up our car and our dog, and then we had another 15-hour drive home to the mountains. So as you can imagine, we needed to have a bit of a break because it was late afternoon when we got to my parents' place. So we stayed for a day, and then we left the next day, which is on the Thursday. So we'd only been on the road for a couple of hours when we got the call to say that he passed away. So that was quite devastating that we didn't get back in time to see him one last time. He was diagnosed with dementia 3 years ago, and then we became his legal guardians, and he came to live with us. He lived out west, and he sold his house, and then we built a granny flat on the back of our place for him, and he only lived with us for a year, and then he had to be put into a nursing home because he kept falling over and breaking things. Yes, it's all that was enough. That was heartbreaking enough to see him put into a nursing home, but the nursing home he was in was wonderful. The staff there took great care of him, so we were very happy for that. And of course that was during COVID as well, so we couldn't get to see him very often at all because of the lockdowns. So then we had to come straight home and arrange a funeral. So that was 2 weeks ago, the funeral, and that went well. That was wonderful. The funeral home took care of everything, and everything went smoothly. But now, as executors to his will, we've got to go through all that complicated and long-winded process of settling his estate. So if any of you will know, that's not an easy task. That's down the track. For now, I think after all that, yes, it's taken me a little while to get over it and deal with all that sort of stuff. So I haven't really been up to doing any crafting at all, even though my fingers have been itching to get back here and do something. But yes, my heart and my head haven't really been in the mood, sort of thing. I have no longer I can procrastinate. I think it's time that we got on with today's project, which is making this pretty little notebook. This can go into a junk journal, or it can be used on its own as is. This one is one I did many years ago. It's only to slip into a pocket in a journal and doesn't have very many pages. Today I'll be making one that has a lot more pages here. So I just cut out some cardstock and This is supposed to be a quick tutorials, these next few, because I do have a project that I'm really excited about after that, so I need to get these done first. And this one is 17 centimeters or 6 3/4 inches wide, and the height is just over 11 or 4 and almost 4 3/4, but you can make it any size you want. Before I score that and turn it over to make the booklet cover, this is going to be the cover. I want to line the inside. I've got some scraps around the place. This is my little bag of scraps. I want to I've cut these little elements out that are like this one here, similar to that, not exactly the same. So that will go on the front, and then I want some pieces to go behind there. So the way I generally pick out things to go behind these elements, I usually look at the colors in the element that I'm going to be using on the cover. I like to match them up. So there's pinks and there's greens and creams and all that kind of thing. So in my little scrap pile, I've got pinks and I've got a cream. It's got a little stripes there, and that's got stripes on it. There's a little bit of grey in there, also some green, that green or this green. I could do some music sheet that's got some pink on it. So they're the kinds of things that you can tear out and put behind there. I definitely want to use this one, so those two would clash. So it'd either be this one or this one. This one goes with the flowers and that one goes with the little stripe. So I might use that one and put that one away. And then I just have to choose one or two others to go behind there, because I like it in 3 behind in the background. And then I thought I would put this little butterfly on there anyway, somewhere. So before I get ahead of myself, I will try and find. This is my tiny scraps. I usually have my scraps in 3 lots. One of the big ones where you've just torn out a bit of a whole page, and then one is half pages, and then one is just scraps that are left over, small scraps left over after that. And I'm not quite sure what I want on the inside. This one here has that on the inside. I think that was printed on the reverse. This one, I could put that in, but it's not long enough. But that doesn't matter, because I could cut it in half and put it on either side and then put a strip in the middle, something reinforcing. So I might do that, just fold it in half. And put that aside there. So I just fold that in half. I'm not going to fuss around with this. As I said, it's supposed to be nice and easy to do. And my little bone folder. And I'm just going to tear this, because you're not going to see those edges. And they will go on either side here. I suppose I should have cut it out first, shouldn't I? Make sure this is up the right way. And so I'm going to have it covering the whole lot. I'm not going to leave a border around the paper. And it's about there. It hangs over. When I cut it out, then it will be rustic. Okay, so I've told you all my news, both happy and sad, unfortunately. So I hope you're all having a happy day, and all's right in your world. You could let me know how you're getting on, because I am interested, because you're all watching my channel or you're subscribed to my channel, and I'm interested in the people that watch along, what you're getting up to in your lives and how things are going in your part of the world at the moment. I've noticed there's a lot of unrest in the world at the moment with all these conflicts going on. I'm using Distress Oxide in walnut stain to do the edges. I've already done that on the others, so I'm doing that on this one. Continue it on. This one's, this walnut stain's not as warm as the vintage photo. It's a bit of a cooler brown than the others. And of course you notice I inked the edge that I'm not going to see because, you know, I get so carried away. But that doesn't matter, does it? So I'll just get rid of, I need a new one of these as well. There's a few things I need and I forget to write them down. Okay. If I glue that on, I don't think I need to do anything else, do I? No. So, okay. Do that. Okay. Use my nails. As you can see, my nails are painted. Well, they were painted and they were nice and long because I hadn't been doing any work for nearly 2 months. But as soon as I got back home, I broke one, and then this week I broke another one, and the enamel came off, so I had to do a patch-up job until I can get back and get my nails done again. I thought I might start getting my nails done with the acrylics. I never had acrylics before I went away on this trip. I've only just had nail polish before, and I've usually done it myself. I don't usually get other people to do it, but now I've got, my nails are very weak, so with having the acrylics, it tends to keep them strong. This one here, for some reason, it was weak, but yeah, so they're a bit of a funny color at the moment. And I only did one coat of the gold over the top, so that's okay. It's only a patch up until I get back to my nail lady, who's very nice, who lives locally, which is nice. So I'm just going to trim this down because it's for some reason it's a bit longer. The other one, there we go. And now I need something there, so I can either use paper or fabric, and I don't know which one to use. I'm very indecisive today, so that being said, I think I might find something. I don't think that goes very well, and so I've got to find something quickly. So I'll try and speed up that process. Now I've shown you my nails. I could put that there. I should have done that on the inside. That would have been pretty, wouldn't it? I keep looking at that. I'm not doing yellow, it's pink. So that would have been pretty to use. I don't think it goes with the green. I just use the green for convenience sake. But I really like that. This is wrapping paper, gift paper. I like it that way up. So I might do that because that's really pretty. So I don't need to put something in the middle there. And if I glued this onto here, would have been... Okay, this is called changing your mind, not losing it. Changing your mind but not losing it. In one of those moods. Okay, so This is what I'm calling changing my mind but not losing my mind. I hadn't said that before. Okay, now I use my craft knife and get my glasses. Finding now that I have to wear glasses more often than not to see close up, which is so annoying. That moved a little bit. Ah, there we go. It's amazing how rusty you can get in your crafting room and things don't work out exactly according to plan. This tough paper. It's not that thick, but it's certainly is tough. Either that or my craft knife is blunt. I need to put a new blade in. Okay, there we go. That's the outside and that's the inside. And do you see what I did? I put it in the upside down. But we're not going to change that, are we? So I've got to close this over. There we go. I hope you're in shot because I can't see the screen. I didn't set it up so I can see the screen because it's supposed to be a simple, quick and easy project. So now we just have to put the front on, and or I could sew in the signature. Of course, I picked out some thread that's really pretty. This here, and I think that's really pretty, and I wanted to use it, so I will do that. I just have to, so these pages don't move around. But there, and I'm going to do, I did a 3 pamphlet stitch on this one. I actually stitched this in because I don't mind stitching in, especially a little book. I mean, it's only going to take a minute or so. So, and do I really need to measure it out? I don't think so. I'm trying to break free of trying to be a perfectionist. I had a mat here somewhere, but I can't find where it is. So that's okay. Oh, there it is. I don't know where anything is. I've forgotten where everything is in this craft room. How terrible is that? Okay, there we go. I know. Oops. Hope I'm in shot. Okay, just punch the holes in first. Being so small, don't really have to do that, but it just makes it easier. I think that's enough thread. Okay, I ran into a bit of difficulty that when I was recording this, I had finished it, and then when I went back to have a look at my video, I found that it had cut out because my storage was full, because I've still got all my photos from my holidays on the camera, so I needed to clear some stuff out, and of course it was too late to, by the time I did that, it was too late to continue videoing. So now I've got this, and so I will show you how I did all this, because that's what the tutorial is about, showing you how I did this. I went ahead and instead of boring you with sewing in the signature, I've already done that with this pretty sparkly twine, as you can see there. So now you also see that I threaded around this little image here, and I'll do that. And I've already gone ahead and picked out these back pieces, panels here to go behind this, and I didn't have another pink butterfly, so I've got this pretty green one, so I'll use that instead. So that will go on there. And so I've already glued these ones together, so what I'm going to do is I'll glue these onto the background like so, and then I'll place this on top. And before I do that, I've already punched the holes out in this one pre-punch them. I've got a mat here that I just use my needle and punch the holes in, pre-punch them so that when you sew it doesn't tear the cardboard or the paper. And I've got it threaded, and I'm going to do a double thread here just so that it stands out a bit more. And I'm not going to bore you with this. I will do all this and then I'll come back and I'll show you what it looks like when it's finished. Well, you know what it looks like from the prototypes there. Okay, there we go. It's all done. And now I'll glue all this onto the page, onto the cover I should say. So you can see here I put a little word on here, notes, so that you know, it reminds me that this booklet is for writing notes in case I forget in my old age. And I had this this set of stamps, these letters, alphabet stamps, and I got them years ago, and I used them a couple of times. As you can see, not many have been used. And then I put them away and I forgot all about them. Then I couldn't find them, and I had in my cleaning up yesterday, I found them again, so I can use them because they're quite easy to put together. I think I got them on Amazon, so it's just a matter of, got a piece of paper here, stamping them, oops, and keeping them together would be good. Hopefully I get them on straight. Okay. Then I just tear around the edges. Keeps wanting to tear at an angle. Anyway, that's okay. I'm not going to fuss with it, and I will ink around the edges there. There you go. And could have put that on some backing paper as well to even it out a little bit more, but this is supposed to be a quick tutorial. So I'll just leave it as it is. And have the little wings coming up a little bit. Okay, there we go. Where is my camera is up so high. I think I'll have to lower it because I keep not knowing where I am in the frame, and I forgot to put the little ribbon on here. You can see there's a little ribbon behind. I put a bit of ribbon. That's the only thing I forgot. Everything else is fine. And what a cute little notebook this is. You could put little pockets inside, all that kind of thing, decorate a bit more if you wanted to. The next one I'll be doing is an envelope, and it's going to be a matching set with this one, because this is going to be part of, I gave you a hint before that I've got a project that I'm going to be starting, and this is going to be included in that project. So you can get a hint of the color scheme and the vibe of what it will look like, the theme type things. So anyway, that's enough for now. I've taken up enough of your time, so thank you very much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye everyone.